we have a turbo, spoolie boy.
Creep up, aim, I'm bussin'. Bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? It's Mitch, and I have to be sort of quiet because it's 12:09 in the morning, and you can see here on the bonnet, we have a turbo, spoolie boy, that is gonna be going on for Luxy. It's a CT20, so what I'm doing now is taking the front diff fully out, just so that we can spend more time getting the turbo working, because on Saturday, I need to go and get an exhaust made for it, so hopefully it all goes smoothly. But yeah, let's get this front diff out. So I've got the old exhaust manifold off, and as you can see, so this one here, this is the old one, and this is the turbo manifold. Now if you see the stud pattern on the old one, they're all diagonally, you know, from left to right, but they alternate on the turbo one. So I'm currently moving the stud pattern around. So I've successfully done one. These, you know, this one needs to be down there, that needs to be up there, and that needs to be down there. A really good way to do this, because there's actually nothing to grasp onto to undo the thread on the actual stud, is you just grab two of the nuts that you know, that bolted on, and here, I'll set the camera up. You put the first nut on backwards. You've got to get a bit of thread there so that the other one can bite well. Put it on forwards. I don't know if that's the right terminology, forwards and backwards, but you know, reversing. And then you want to tighten them against each other. So I'm going to grab a spanner. And I'm going to chuck the spanner in here, whichever way works, and tighten it. And then, now it's a bit tricky because I have to reach around the camera here, but yeah, there you go. So as you spin the rear one, it forces the whole stud to spin. And boom, stud removed. So I'm just gonna clean out this hole down here and then chuck it in there. And then I've got a little Q-tip cotton swab thingy. I'm just gonna, you know, scrub that dirt out. Then we can start threading this one back in down here. Oh. And you can now use the socket on the outside because it's trying to fight against the other. But when it gets tight, it will just end up, yeah, see, it's now spinning both. So you get the spanner in there and you keep going until you can't really spin it anymore. Alright guys, so it's day 2 of the install right now. And so my camera went flat halfway through last night, so didn't get a whole lot extra footage, but I'll show you where I'm at. So I've gone ahead and taken the manifold and the turbo back out, because just down there, where my finger is ending, I've just tapped into the alternator intake oil. So I'm just gonna plumb that back up, then I can then I can install the turbo back, put the intake oil feed in, and what I also managed to do was get the sump out this morning, and I tapped a hole, just an intake just there. And so I've just resealed that, and I'm waiting for that to cure, and then I'm going to tighten it back down. Fingers crossed it actually seals. I've never rebeaded a sump like that before, so I'm not gonna be angry if it starts leaking. Fingers crossed it works first try. It probably won't, but I've got more seal stuff there, so I can give it another crack. But other than that, I'm gonna keep the diff out until we do this solid axle swap, just so it's one less step for old mate to do, and it's easy access to the sump if I need to reseal it. The only thing I needed to do after taking the diff out was undo this, forget what it's called, the steering arm there, so that it would fold down, and then all of the arms would sort of just fold out, and then I could simply access the sump. Yeah, so once this is all tightened up, once the oil is back in the car, should be able to turn it over. So I won't have intake coming from the turbo, because tomorrow I'm going to SMF fabrication. It was meant to be today, but I wouldn't have been able to do it. So tomorrow we're going to go and get an intake, maybe going to do an intercooler, I don't know. I want to, obviously, just cost is the main thing, but and then an exhaust as well. So yeah, let's get to it. All right guys, what's going on? So it is the next day. Obviously that last day that you saw, I didn't really film a whole lot. I got the oil sump tapped into, and I plugged it all up. Then all I really need to do was get the piping done. So that has all been done by SMF Fabrication. I'll put their Instagram in the description below. This is what it looks like. So I don't have an intercooler or anything yet, mainly because of money. But I don't think I'll need it, because I'm not going to be running high boost or anything like that. Like, obviously, if the temperatures do go up, then I'm going to look into it. But I'll just monitor it now and see what it does. But straight from the snorkel, through the airbox, into the intake of the turbo, back out I don't even know what, the exhaust of the turbo, going into the intake of the car, you know, then going out through a little dump pipe there. So it comes across here, cuts across, there's a muffler there. Well, it's a hot dog, so it's a pipe straight through, but it looks like a muffler. That's the muffler there. Don't mind the mess of the car. I really need to give the whole thing a good clean. But it then comes up, bends down, and comes out here. So we'll give it a rev in the cab. But I still have this is the 5LE, the motor, so it's the electronic fuel injection. I don't have an ECU or like a turbo chip to alter the amount of fuel coming through, so I'm not going to be able to, you know, run higher boost until I get one of those, because I'm just going to run out of fuel. On the drive home, it seemed alright. So far, it seems alright. So, I mean, I guess the stock pumps handling it okay. The other option is to get a 5L, which is the mechanical injection. One of those pumps bolted on, but I'm not sure what I want to do in the long run. I mean, having a chip will be better for tuning it, because, you know, I'll be able to get it more precise. And I mean, I don't want crazy power. I want sort of fuel efficiency, so that'd be nice. But that is for another day. For now, it's working good. So yeah, that's pretty much this turbo install. Sorry there wasn't a whole, like, it was sort of in-depth video all the way up until I tapped the sump, but I was a bit pressured for time. But it's all done. The turbo is now in the Luxy. Next up, at the end of this week, hopefully, actually, it's going to be going in for the solid axle swap. So that's why right now the diff is out of the front, just to make things a bit easier when we do go for the swap. Yeah, this is it. Turbo install, SMF Fabrication, check them out. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment down below what you think, and let me know if you have an LN167 or 106 or a 5LE motor with a turbo. What boost do you run? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you stick through the end, I really appreciate it. Hope you had a great day or night or morning whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.